Yes, so I will start with how I met with Mami Water and Jezebel.
Let's get into this.
Yeah. In the previous documentary, I just want to advise all of you to go back and watch from part 1 to where we are. Then you'll be able to connect the dots and understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
So in the previous documentary, I spoke about how I spoke about Mami Water, but I did not explain how I met with Mami Water and why I met with Mami Water. Yes, so the Marine Kingdom is a world.
Yeah.
And what you have to know is Satan resides, like he lives in the air. That's where he resides.
Yes.
That's where his throne is. And then he works on earth against humanity. But he has a base in the water. That's where his armies are. That's where the demons, the fallen angels, that's where most of the things are done. It's like the headquarters. But he explained to me about his kingdom, how it functions.
Right.
And he told me that in the waters, he has different departments, different beings doing different tasks, but everything is engineered or wired against humanity because they feel that they would be having what we have in case we were not created. So they want to use man against himself. And how they use man against himself? By causing him to sin. Because when man sins, he becomes a slave to sin.
Absolutely.
Meaning he becomes a slave to the kingdom of darkness. So he decided to open a portal. We were now from seeing Abaddon. Satan opened a portal. And that portal is like a glass had broken, the way it looked. So we walked into another world, but in the Marine Kingdom.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything changed from where we were. We were like surrounded with glass, but you would see the water is being held back by the glasses. It's like the glass is a thick wall.
Yeah.
You know, I think there are some people who are also trying to do it to get hotels that are built in the water where you can see things, but the water can't enter. Like it's a glass.
Like it's an underground aquarium.
Yes.
Yeah, it's underwater aquarium where you can see the sharks and the fish and the underwater ecosystem.
Yes, all that technology the enemy gives them.
Yeah.
So we entered into that world. And first thing I saw, mirrors everywhere.
Okay.
The next thing I saw, beauty. And then as we moved further, I saw a throne. And on that throne is where Mami Water sits. Mami Water, I explained to you, Mami Water is half a snake and half human. But the beauty is a kind of beauty that can put a person in a trance.
Oh, wow.
Very beautiful. But the snake bit of it, the tail, it like, for me, I was not comfortable with it. But now from the waist upward, the beauty and the way she was adorned with gold and red, because she has a red tail. So everything she put from waist upward was a mixture of gold and red. And even the crown had some golden pearl. I mean, it was a mixture of gold and red pearls.
Okay.
Yes. So I met with Mami Water, and then Mami Water told me that in that department there are two sessions, two parts, like one for the mermen and the other for the mermaids.
Right.
And she told me that in that kingdom where the mermaids are, they are responsible for creating things that we use on a daily basis. That's why we have to pray over everything that we buy, because sometimes you go to a shop, you buy something, you have no idea it's connected to the Marine Kingdom. And there are things you have to know are so beautiful, because they know how to win people, how to trap. If it's a trap, it has to be nice looking, you know? So among the things I saw them making or manufacturing, their perfumes. They were manufacturing those perfumes with herbs, but they smell so nice. And the perfumes had names like seduction, temptation, sin. The names are so plain. And some perfumes, where they are designed like in a form of a serpent.
Oh, wow.
Yes, like even where you spray, it's like you're spraying from a fang, you know. So they were manufacturing perfumes. They were manufacturing lotions, like very good, nice, like smelling lotions. A lotion that will enter a person's skin and they feel addicted to it. If they don't have that lotion, they don't want any lotion.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so they were manufacturing lotions, and those lotions are unique. When they put them in the supermarket, they go.
They're expensive.
They are expensive. But people will buy.
But they don't have to be expensive. They might create low price ones and high price ones.
Of course, they have to balance because they want to get all types of people.
Yes.
But there are those that are expensive. But even if they're expensive, people will buy because of the result, what they have done is to promote bleaching. So many celebrities have promoted it, and many girls, to feel beautiful, they feel their skin has to be lighter than its original skin.
Right.
So they were manufacturing such lotions for bleaching, but the cancer that is there, yes, they will not tell you the cancer. All you see is a bleaching cream that smells very fine and that is effective. But after some time, it starts working on you. So they showed me they were making clothes. Of course, there are so many clothes to a point that I can't say I know everything. But what I saw is they were manufacturing beautiful clothes. And then they were also manufacturing ornaments, like rings. I'm not saying that every ring, every earring, every necklace is from the marine. There are people who manufacture them here, because I even had an auntie who makes earrings and all that. But again, in the kingdom of darkness, they also, because they have access to the pearls, so they make very beautiful ornaments, like
jewelry,
everything.
Right.
Yes. So their dresses made with precious stones, So I was looking at the wealth there, and they make money because the marine kingdom wants to be in control of the finances. When you have the money, everybody else works for you. Everybody, it's easy to enslave everyone. So Mami Water explained to me that she had children.
Right.
But some of her children are here on land and other children are in the water. Why she did that is to balance, because she wants those on land to be able to help them accomplish their mission. Whatever they want, whatever task they have here on earth, those children of theirs help them to accomplish the missions.
She has children.
Yes.
Right.
And then those children communicate with their children in the water. They are siblings. They are related. And she told me that Jezebel is also one of her children. But Jezebel controls everything that is done in the waters.
So
it's a spirit that
offspring.
sits on the waters.
She's the offspring
of Mami Water.
Mami Water.
And in fact, I saw Jezebel also having a throne because she controls the activities on the water.
Right.
But she torments anybody that has the calling of God, servants of God, and anything that is of Christ. She's against it.
Yeah.
She hates it that bad. So she explained to me that for her, she does not show up all the time. Most of the time, it is the children that work. While she sits and then she gives orders. And then the children work. So Jezebel sits in many people, even on earth. She's not only centered in the water. First, the marine kingdom is controlling most of the things on earth. So she explained to me that even during the time of Jesus, when he chose the disciples, they also positioned one of their children, and that was Judas Iscariot.
Yes.
And she mentioned the fact that Jesus identified him as a son of perdition, and he was irredeemable. No, like Jesus prayed for Simon Peter when he realized that he's going to fall into temptation. Jesus knew that Simon Peter was redeemable. But for Judas Iscariot, Jesus could not do anything. There are some people who cannot be saved. No matter how we preach the gospel, they cannot be saved because they belong to the marine kingdom.
Right.
They are not 100% human beings. And that's why when he committed that, he ended up committing suicide. And now Judas Iscariot is waiting for judgment.
Right.
Yes. So
in hell. Waiting for the judgment of eternal damnation, which is the lake of fire.
Yes. But the other thing you should know is God used Satan to work against himself.
Yes.
Because he knew that Satan would be there to fight. But the time, he could not do it before the time.
That's actually a pattern that God has. He always uses the same thing to fight against the same thing. In other words, he fights fire with fire. For instance, when the children of Israel had left Egypt, they sinned in the wilderness. They began to fornicate, and serpents began to bite them. They cried out for healing. They cried out for redemption. They cried out for forgiveness. And God instructed Moses to put a serpent upon a pole and raise it up. So it was a serpent that they looked at that was to fight against the serpents that had bitten them. And actually, even in medicine, if you're bit by a snake, the venom that enters in you is what kills you. But if you can identify what snake killed you, bit you at the hospital, they can provide an antidote for that venom, an anti-venom for that venom, for that specific venom. When man sinned, God took on the body of a man to redeem man who had sinned in his flesh, etc., etc. So I see what you're saying.
Kindly read the meaning of perdition, because some person will not understand what we are talking about, but it's not a good word. But Jesus used it on Judas because that is exactly who he was. He was just describing Judas Iscariot as a son of perdition, meaning there's nothing he could do about him. He knew who he was all along, and he knew that the enemy would use him at a certain point at the right time. Yeah.
So the dictionary definition of the word perdition in Christian theology, it is a state of eternal punishment and damnation into which a sinful and unrepentant person passes after death. It is complete and utter ruin. So he was the son of complete and utter ruin.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So now she explained to me that she was there during the days of Elijah, Baal.
The prophet.
Yes, when they were calling their gods to consume their sacrifice with fire. Yes.
The prophets of Baal.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Jezebel was controlling those prophets. She's been there. She's not just a baby, you know. She's been there fighting the church all through, fighting the things of God, fighting the children of God. Jezebel fights marriages. Jezebel fights anything that is under the institution of God. Anything that God has organized, if he has organized it to go a certain way, Jezebel wants it to go the opposite way. The headship of marriage, man being the head and woman submitting, she doesn't like that. Children being raised by father and mother, she doesn't want that. Jezebel just wants the opposite. Children coming out of their mother's womb, she doesn't want that. She wants children to come out of laboratories. She wants children, she just wants things that are contradicting with the will of God for man. Yeah, so she started now explaining that they have children here on earth, and then they have children in the marine kingdom.
Yes.
Yes, so those children that are here on earth, my brother, my sister, are very beautiful. They are very gifted. They are very intelligent. If it's a man, they are handsome. If it's a woman, they are beautiful. So people who don't have self-control,
talented, right?
Very talented, very skillful, very knowledgeable, because they are ancient. They don't grow old like us. They don't age because they keep renewing their energies on sacrifice, on blood. They like sacrificing children.
That's why, like, as soon as you said that, the name that dropped into my spirit was Prince. You know that Prince, the celebrity. He was a musician who passed away, and he became the artist formerly known as Prince because of a bad deal that he got into. But yeah, it's like they have a very strange way of being overly seductive, overly beautiful, making, like, when women look at them, they go crazy. It's like they lose all their sense of sensibility.
And then they don't have boundaries with life. For example, she can be married and sleep with another woman at the same time. He can be a man, he's married, but he's gay. They are just confused beings. They can sleep with animals. They are godless.
Right.
And now that is how they are bringing it into humanity. They are bringing their lifestyle to us. And mankind, has fallen, and they are copying the lifestyle that the enemy is presenting to them. They are falling as victims of the enemy.
Right.
So now she spoke about the side of men, where the mermen stay. And she said that the mermen control businesses, huge businesses. They are global, like their children that are here on earth have been positioned in places where there is money. They are very globally, like, wealthy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she said their agenda is to, one, depopulate us, kill humanity so that they can multiply themselves. And then they want to also control the things that we use. They were also talking about even oxygen, if possible. They want man to pay for oxygen.
To charge us for everything.
We pay for solar, we pay for water, we pay for food, we pay for everything that God has freely given us.
Right.
And then they come up with stories like the resources are not enough, so we need to depopulate.
They'll say that the resources, that we're overpopulated.
Yes.
Like, because right now humanity is at roughly 8 billion people.
Yes.
So they're saying there's too many of us. They need to bring the population down to around 500 million. And they say that it is in perpetual balance with nature, which is the lie of the devil. That's a doctrine of devils.
If I even go deeper into that men side, the mermaid side, the women on their side, they were manufacturing implants for women who want to do surgeries. They were manufacturing eyelashes. They were manufacturing nails, some artificial nails. I'm not saying all of them, but some. So you have to pray, because they manufacture from everything to food. So if you're going to say, okay, I will not use the lashes, what about the food? How will you know that this is manufactured by the marine kingdom?
Yes.
So you just have to be prayerful, and when the Spirit reveals something, you get rid of it.
Yes.
See? So I saw those, and how they are promoting is through the celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think a lot of those products have symbolism.
Yes.
That if people kind of do some research concerning symbolism, they'll be able to see, we'll do symbolism. Symbolism is coming, the next documentary.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And there are companies, the companies that manufacture these products, or the companies and factories that belong to their children that are here on earth have their logos, they have their names and the symbolism.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying you need to be led by the Spirit, because you are a child of God. So the Spirit has to lead you when you're buying your lotions, when you're buying your bathing soap, when you're buying clothes. Just pray that the Spirit of God leads you. And when He reveals something that you have, just get rid of it. I mean, there's so much that God reveals to us and we get rid of it.
Like the Versace. Versace, that's so openly Goddess Medusa. Why would you have that on your temple of the Holy Ghost? Why?
Yes.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, so now in that side for the Mermen, it's also a kingdom. Yeah, and the men there manufacture poison. See the poison that kills slowly, shuts down the human organs slowly. They manufacture weapons that are dangerous to us, gases that are dangerous to us. They manufacture things that they inject.
Weapons.
Yes.
Okay.
Their weapons are not like the guns, but they can just pollute the air. They can just pollute the seeds. And every person who eats from that seed gets sick. They pollute food.
Yeah, in the States, like they pollute the air.
Yes.
Over a city. You'll just see airplanes flying over, releasing smoke that fills the air.
That's what they manufacture.
We call them chemtrails.
Yes, they manufacture that. They manufacture. They can manufacture parasites that will destroy the plants in a certain region.
Right.
So all you need to do is to come with an egg, place it in one garden, and then that egg will hatch, and then they'll have many pests destroying the plants, and people will have famine, or people will go hungry in that region. So they were manufacturing that, and they have businesses, and in those businesses they create sicknesses, and then they create medicine. They create the cure for those sicknesses, and it is so huge.
That's the philosophy, right?
Yes.
Order out of chaos. So they bring a situation where you need help, and then they provide the assistance to appear as heroes and geniuses.
Yes.
But they're the ones who brought the problem.
Yes. And they have children here on earth, and those children are among the wealthiest children.
Okay.
They are influential. You find a man trying to control food, but he's not a specialist in that area. He's trying to dictate on what medicines the whole world should get. He's not a doctor.
He's not a doctor.
And nobody is allowed to talk about him because of his position.
Right.
They are the children of the kingdom of darkness.
Of course.
Those children of the kingdom of darkness are living large at the expense of God's children. Yeah, so now when all that was revealed to me, they told me what my mission there was. They said, we are revealing this to you because you are 100% human being, but we brought here because of the covenant. So now we want you to help us get girls who can have children for us, because we want to multiply. And we want you to connect us with nice-looking men who can come and mix with our people. And then we have children who can survive on your planet, on planet Earth.
Right.
And then we also want you to help us promote these products. Like in schools, you can promote the perfume, you can promote the lotion, you can promote this. When you apply this, you look good. Yours is not fake like the one they are selling in the public place. You get the original, whatever, that is not polluted. You apply, the students look at your skin, they like your skin. They'll ask you, what lotion are you using? You share with them what you have, and then you direct them to the shops where we are selling the products. And then when we start putting them in supermarkets, we want you to be among the people that will like go to the different communities, talking about these products and encouraging people to go and buy them in the supermarkets.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started now that business. But again, one thing you need to know, before the children in the kingdom of darkness start doing anything during daytime, when the day begins, because most of them don't sleep, there's no sleep for the wicked. But when the day starts, before they do anything, there's what I know people have copied, but they don't know why they are doing it. Some people, but some know why they are doing it. It's called yoga. Now, with yoga, every time you participate in it, you enter into a trance, you meditate, and then you enter into what they call a trance. Now, if you're working for the kingdom of darkness, the spirits give you ideas on how to make money, on how to make a successful mission, on how to rule over God's children and things of the kind. But now, if you're just somebody who's copying because I saw a musician do yoga, I need to also try it out. People are talking about it on social media. Let me also try it. Those ones, when they open up their lives to those spirits enter and they enslave them.
Wow.
So every choice and decision they make is led by the evil spirits, and it is towards their destruction. So in the kingdom of darkness, there are those that are working for the enemy, and there are those that have been enslaved by the enemy. It's either one of the two. So now we were supposed to introduce that idea to people. all celebrities tell you, before I do anything, I meditate. I go and do my yoga practice. They make yoga look good. You know, I first do yoga before I do anything. I read this book. They promote a book from the Kingdom of Darkness. And then I go to the gym. These are the lotions that I use. All the lotions they are promoting are from the Marine Kingdom. And then I have my designer, and that designer, the factory or the company, is also from the Marine Kingdom. So they're using celebrities. So now I started doing that, and every morning before I would go out or go to do anything, I would do yoga, but mine was deeper because I would also go in water that is boiling to steam. I go to and concentrate in that steam. And then
how would you do it?
You know, like how you put your head where there is steam. And then you do that. I would do that
like
for hours.
Water.
Yes.
All right.
And there, my spirit, soul, and body would connect. Then I would know what I'm supposed to do. Even for 2 weeks, I know that these 2 weeks, Monday, I'm supposed to do this. Tuesday, I'm supposed to do this. So my life was a programmed life. I would not just wake up and just walk like somebody who has no plan, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, so they started now training me on how to enslave people, because the Marine Kingdom has souls of many people. And at some point, God is going to cause them to vomit all those souls and everything that they have stolen. God is going to judge the Marine Kingdom. They call themselves the Atlantis. God is going to judge them. God is going to destroy their cities. They have cities under in the water. They have huge cities. They have built big buildings. They have built big factories. They have done so much. They even here on this planet, they have built underground houses.
Yes. Underground military bases.
Yes.
In fact, in the States, you call them deep underground military bases, like DUMBs.
Yes. They think they can run away from the wrath of God. They cannot run from the wrath of God. When God unleashes his wrath, he will dig them from wherever they are, whether they are under the sea, whether they are under the land, wherever they will hide. They will not hide from God.
Right.
So they've always done that to preserve their race so that they are always above humanity. Every time God comes to rescue, some of them survive. And those who survive bring back the system that God was trying to take away. But now on Judgment Day, it's going to be terrible. So they told me that now you have to, everything you do, you have to be considering our mission is to enslave people, and how you enslave people is to get their souls.
Okay.
Yeah, so
the soul is the mind, the will, and the emotion.
Yes, so when you have that on somebody, you control them. So now I was working with these beautiful girls. I'm telling you, the girls were beautiful. They didn't need any makeup, any lotion, because they are not 100% human. They have
a very exaggerated beauty.
Yes, that if a man sees that kind of beauty, he enters into what they call, I'm forgetting, is it
like a trance?
No, not even a trance.
0 point?
His mind, part of his mind is taken. You can be talking to a man and his focus is on a beautiful girl and he's not with you. He's gone. As in gone. Those are the kind of beauties, if you're with your husband, he has to look.
He's dazed.
You have to bring him back and then now remind him what you were talking about. Yes. So.
God forbid.
Yeah. So we had so many in Ginger, because Ginger, most of them are half-caste. And most of these half-castes, you don't know who their fathers are. You see, I'm staying with a single mom. I'm staying with a single dad. My mom is having these businesses here. They like places where there is water bodies. Like Mombasa, you find a girl who's abnormally beautiful. Like abnormally beautiful. At least if you're beautiful, let your leg be somehow, like human.
Have some kind of flaw.
Yes.
But these ones are what they call flawless.
Yes, they are flawless. Their hair is on point. The eyes on point. Everything, the color, complexion, everything. Whether she's sleeping, she's beautiful. Whether she's awake, again, it makes matters worse. So they connected me to 3 girls who were from the Marine Kingdom. They were not 100% human. But everywhere we would go, they would capture souls. Men would lust after them. We go to club, men are lusting after them. They are willing to give them everything that they need just to have a night with them. They don't care if they are not their girlfriends. And for them, they are open. They are so loose because they know the sicknesses. They are the ones who desire. They don't fear HIV because they know they will swallow their antidotes and it will not do anything to them. So,
but they'll have passed it on.
They'll pass it on to
these lawless ones.
Yes. So for me, mine was to where there are some places I would go because I'm 100% human. So if they feel they are not comfortable to go to a certain place, they send me. They say, okay, we are interested in that boy. He's a pastor's son. Just find a way of befriending him because you are 100% human. Even if they pray for you, say a few demons will get out, but you will remain human. But us, it will affect our stay here. So they would send me human. But us, it will affect our stay here. So they would send me to Christian homes to get them, because when a family is blessed, God gives them nice-looking children. Most of the gifted children are from Christian homes. That's why people wonder why most of the pastors' kids end up doing secular music. Most of the pastors' kids end up doing pornography. Most of the pastors' children...
Well, not most of them, but a lot of them.
Yes. They end up being celebrities, but for the kingdom of darkness.
Yes.
It's because they are targeted and because of the gifts that God has given them. And the gifts that God gives are without repentance. Now, if you're serving God, He will give you the best.
Yeah.
He will give you the best children with the best everything, the best minds, the best gifts. And those children are supposed to promote the kingdom of God. And the enemy foresees that. So the children of servants of God are on demand by the marine kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Because the second generation is supposed to be even greater than the first one.
Yes.
So the Lord will strategically give them greater blessings.
Yes. Don't you see that you write songs and you're a producer and you sing? So Zoe is supposed to do that 10 times more than you. So what the enemy will do, he looks at you, he says, yeah, he's a star. He has a star that is shining, but now his star is almost getting off because everything has a beginning and an end. So they will target this one. God forbid I cancel that, but I'm just giving an example. They target the young one because the young one star is still, is still new, it's still fresh. And she has a generation that she's supposed to bless or win to the kingdom of God. So they target that one. And they know when they target a person, they know that this one star can last for 40 years. So in case they give her a contract, maybe she's 16, they'll give her a contract of 25 years. So by the time she's getting tired of working with them, they don't need her anymore. I mean, they have grabbed another star.
Right.
So even in companies that are working for the marine kingdom, they employ people with stars. Those people that have gotten money or wealth from the kingdom of darkness. They don't employ PhDs. They don't employ your master's degree. They don't look at that when they are considering somebody to employ. They employ somebody with a bright star because they know this one can be trained. Right. When they train you, they write a contract with you. Let's say it's a contract of 30 years. And at that point, they have frustrated your financial attempts. So you're desperate. You just want a breakthrough. So when they give you a job, they'll say, we are giving you this job. It has a house.
Yes.
We'll be feeding you.
Yes.
There is health insurance.
Yes.
And then we are giving you this amount of money. That amount of money, they know it's not going to help you improve your life.
Right.
It's just going to help you survive while you're serving them.
In other words, you'll just be running on the hamster's wheel.
Yes.
Not really moving forward, but running.
And they make sure at the time you're getting the money, you have problems. So that money will go. So now you're just surviving on food and the house. You're like, anyway, I just thank God for this job. Even if we don't have the money, we eat, we sleep, we go to hospital.
That's the definition of the rat race. God is able to deliver you from the rat race completely.
Yes.